Step right up, dummies, and listen to the stupidest sports show on earth with Rodney Newpol and Tim Van Stratton. Yeah.
Well, hello, dummies, and welcome to episode number 147 of the stupidest sports show on earth. My name, as you all know, is Tim Starbury Van Stratton. I'm joined by Rodney Newpol. Rodney, happy Thursday. How are you?
So the Starbury thing got me to was Stephen Barry's around during your time, or was that before you became more of a shopper?
Stephen Barry's is a different language to me. I have no idea what Stephen Barry's is.
So the Starburys, the shoes,
yeah, I remember Starburys,
were first known to be sold in the store at Stephen Barry's. Stephen Barry's was also a very popular. You could go get I'm just throwing a name. You could get a Yale Bulldogs sweatshirt at Stephen Barry's in Peoria. You could get a Cal Baptist Lancers t-shirt. They just had gear, like sports. It wasn't really a sports store. It was like just some of the random stuff. But Stephen Barry's was the first place I had seen the Starburys. Look it up sometime.
Is it
Stephen
like
Barry's.
was it like Yeah, look it up right now. I've never heard of it. Is it like a national thing? Was it a Peoria thing? Like what was
I've heard they were all over the place. Let me check this out. All right, so Stephen Barry's was a popular.
Yeah. Okay. So I thought you were saying Stephen Barry.
Steve and Barry's.
Steve and Barry's. I still haven't heard of it.
Okay.
And Wikipedia says Steve and Barry was an American retail clothing chain that does a lot of heavy lifting there. Filed for bankruptcy 2009. So they've been out of business as of 2009.
Yeah, I mean, it originated in 1985. They were known for their like $10 pricing of T-shirts. No wonder they went out of business. But anyways, yes.
Yeah.
So they were known for their Starbury sneaker line and their Bitten line by Sarah Jessica Parker. But no, like I could go there and I could go get a Kentucky Wildcat shirt if I wanted to, or I could get a.
We need a store like that.
Yeah. I mean, now it's just online and you can get them anywhere. But Steve and Barry's vintage apparel.
I thought you were saying Stephen Barry's. I was like, I'm sorry, Steven.
Yeah.
No. But no, you got me thinking too, like, because the Starburys were like the discount shoes. And do you remember when Al Harrington had like $15 shoes that were a Kmart exclusive?
I remember that.
I remember those like in the 2000s. And I was like, if Al Harrington has his own shoes, then we might need to reassess how shoe deals work.
Which makes me wonder, are Kmart's gone, period? Or are they still around?
Kmart, I feel like Kmart's are still here, but it's like there's got to be like a couple of them left.
Yeah. Since we're back on the nostalgic days and we are completely derailing the show here, do you remember? Were you in our town? Well, your former town before?
I moved to Morton after the Kmart was already gone. It was just empty, but I knew that the Kmart was there.
Okay.
In that shopping center.
Yeah.
To close the loop on this, and because it's sports, because Kmart, Kenyon Martin, obviously. As of 2026, there are 3 remaining Kmart locations. There's a large department store in the U.S. Virgin Islands. There's a big box store in Guam. And a smaller Kmart in Kendale Lakes, Florida.
Okay.
So next time you're in Florida, I don't know where Kendall Lakes is. It looks like it's like Miami area, like it's like Miami suburb. So if you ever go way down south in Florida on one of your vacations there, stop by the Kmart. and do a live remote there or a live look-in so we can see what it's like. That's the only Kmart in the mainland United States, and then the others are in Guam and the Virgin Islands.
Kendall Lakes, southwest of downtown Miami, 15 miles. So basically Miami. Okay, all right. So if I take a trip, I am. If I go to Miami anytime soon, I will go to Kmart because I kind of miss Kmart.
Yeah, it's a smaller location. I don't think it's like the big box department store, but so it's a smaller Kmart. But at least you get to be like, hey, it's 2026 and I'm in a Kmart.
Yeah, and the Kmart, either it was one of them, either in Pekin or Morton, had a Little Caesars inside of it too. You can get pizza while you were at.
I love when there are like, and so the Walmart that's now near me in Hilo has a McDonald's in it.
Ooh.
And that used to be like a regular thing where you would have restaurants like within the Walmarts or within the Kmarts. Like, I love that, man. I'm such a sucker for that. Like when Target used to have like Pizza Huts in there, and that's the best.
Just your one-stop shop. You could have lunch and get your shopping done.
Yeah. And honestly, you save money. Like if you go to Walmart because you need groceries, you save money by getting McDonald's and then going grocery shopping. Because the worst thing you can do is shop hungry.
Yeah,
I guarantee you that you're going to save money in the long run by doing that.
So your opinion on this? Are you a Costco food fan?
Oh yeah, love Costco. Yeah. Oh, and every Costco trip is usually like a couple slices of pizza or the $1.50 hot dog soda combo. Always.
Right.
Always.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. So there's 7 minutes that you guys will never get back. Happy Thursday. We are 111 days away from the NFL. So NFL starts on a Wednesday. So what is that? Like 12 weeks or so, somewhere around there. 12 weeks.
I'll let one of the math nerds figure it out.
Yeah. We're just going to keep that countdown going. I did want to give a quick shout out to our proud partner over at gatewaysports.com. Now, I have not done a very good job, but one of my summer goals, my kids start summer break tomorrow. One of my summer goals is I'm gonna continue to increase our partners. Now, Gateway will always be our number one. Gateway Sports is our number one partner. They're always going to be our number one until they can no longer be. But Gateway Sports is going to be number one. But anyways, if you're out there and you're looking for a partnership opportunity, I'm going to come calling. I'm going to come knocking on your door here real soon. We're going to get that done. Anyways, Gateway Sports, if you love sports at every level, there's only one place you need to be. That is Gateway Sports. They cover it all from the preps, college, and pros. Real coverage, real voices, real passion for the game. From live sports to podcast, Gateway Sports connects the region like nobody else. Proudly powered by First Form and Recalibrate. Visit gatewaysports.net. Every level, one Gateway. That is the courtesy. That is a photo courtesy of Gateway Sports. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Gateway. Appreciate it. Rodney appreciates it a little more, the photo, but
yeah, I look young and spry there. All right.
You look great. I look significantly older. I look creepy. You look cool. Now I'll say this. If Gateway Sports wanted to do a 2026 version of this, you would need to be tarps off. You would have to be tarps off there if you're going to be a Cardinals guy. You got to have the shirt off and you got to be waving it around. And so did they start that this year? Because now a bunch of teams are doing it. I've seen a dozen teams that now have fan sections, but the Cardinals the first.
Well, yeah. So the origination of that is Friday night against the Royals. Stephen F. Austin's club baseball team was in the area for the club national tournament or something, some big baseball tournament. So it was a college-ish baseball team. I mean, they're in college, but they're not like the university's major team. They're a club team. And they brought a bunch of boys and they went out and they decided to start doing this. They went out and they took their shirts off and they started doing it. And it grew, all the other single young men, you don't have to be single. I guess you have to be a man because I don't think they're going to allow ladies to take their shirts off.
Why not?
I mean, I'm not against it, but I'm not sure that's going to be allowed. But anyways, from one section, it grew to 3 sections. Cardinals walked off with the win that night. So it's magical. And then Saturday, there was a day game. and it got delayed by 2 hours. And the Stephen F. Austin team, who was the club team who was playing in that morning, they bolted to Busch Stadium. They did it again. That was the night after they won that Ollie Marmol brought all of the club team into the dugout or into the clubhouse. Brought them into the clubhouse. So these guys think they're cool. Then on Sunday, there was some more. And now Busch Stadium has designated an entire section. And I have tickets for this section in September. They are moving you if you have tickets because now it is going to be a general admission party fest. Basically, first come, first serve, like bleachers at Wrigley. And it's supposed to be the tarps off section. And I think anybody that wants to go out there and be crazy. It's kind of cool, but kind of corny.
I like it. Yeah. I'm a fan of it. Now, I'm going to get tired of it when I see like yesterday I was watching the Yankee game and their tarps off section was like 6 guys. Yeah. And I'm like, it's a little dumb when you just have a few guys that are doing it. Yeah. You need to have a big dedicated effort. Like if all of the bleacher creatures in right field were doing it, I would be like, all right, this is kind of awesome. And like the Cardinals, obviously, they have their like right field bleacher section now. But if you're just going to have a few guys randomly doing it, like it's not going to work. And you look corny.
Well, Chip Carey and Mark Sweeney and Brad Thompson throughout this last weekend have talked several times about this is the demographic of baseball fans that Major League Baseball has been wanting to get. You know, it's the 18 to 25-year-olds that, go. My hope is they can do it without being over the top, without swearing, without necessarily berating players. Now, I don't mind getting on Devin Williams a little bit, but like. Let's keep it PG-13, whatever, and just have fun. Now, I don't know if that's always going to be the case. I hope it is, but yeah, this is a great demographic to get the young. And honestly, here's my idea: Cardinals, reach out to University of Missouri, reach out to St. Louis University, reach out to all the small colleges, and offer $5 tickets. Why not? It's either that or have empty seats. $5 tickets for tarps off section. We're gonna sell food for a cheaper price at that then whatever. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Like you got to get people in the stands, and if this is a way of doing it, great.
If there's one thing that I'm most surprised about, it's that it's the once stodgy St. Louis Cardinals best fans in baseball that are the ones that have initiated this. Like the Cardinals would have been last on my list of teams that would do something like this, but. It's the youngest team in baseball. They're playing well. Yeah. And it's caught on. And now you have a bunch of like hairless guys that are out there waving their shirts, which again, you look at these pictures. Where's the body hair on these men? Do they all wax? Is that a thing now that I've missed?
Well,
I was that age, man. I like there's not a hair on those men. It's bizarre.
It's weird. Anyways, that's what's going on with the tarps off. I'm going to move on because we do have a lot we want to talk about. Now I'll get to this subject, and I hate that this is up, but like that sucks, man. 40-something years old, Kyle 41. Busch, 41 years old, so a couple years younger than me, a few years older than you. Passed away. He just won a race a week ago.
And had a very sudden illness that came about and was just talking, being like, not feeling the best. Cough's bad, and then just like that. Obviously, I don't know too many details beyond that, and I'm not a NASCAR guy, but I've known Kyle Busch, and he's won a couple NASCAR championships, and it's very, very surprising news, and obviously incredibly sad.
Rest in peace to Kyle Busch. That's I heard this morning he was in the hospital, and I'm like, okay, well, right, like, okay, sick, okay, fine, right, like he's healthy, he's fine, but then tonight the news came out. But anyways, I did want to have a show and mention that, and so rest in peace, Kyle Busch. I got a fly in here that keeps hitting me. Anyways, all right, let's move on here. I shouldn't have put it this way. Oops, my bad.
There's still time to change it, man. Here. You know what? Here, I'll change it. You go ahead. You take us where you want to go.
Yeah. NBA Western Conference Finals. The Thunder looked better in game 2, and they came away with a win. So that series is now 1-1. We kind of mentioned that we didn't think, here we go, they're back. The Thunder are back. I did not think of that one bit when I put that out there. That was not cool. Anyway,
it does not reflect the opinions of the stupidest sports show on earth as a whole.
Yeah. Oklahoma City's back. It's 1-1 in that series. I said after San Antonio won game 1, and I you agreed, maybe both a little reluctantly, but Oklahoma City's going to win this series, although the Spurs are favorites in game 3.
Mm-hmm. And let's not act like the Thunder totally blew out San Antonio last night.
No,
like
right.
It was a 9-point game, but I mean, this was a game that really came down to the wire. Like the Thunder had a big second quarter, but San Antonio outscored them in the second half, and they were tied after the first quarter. So it was like the Thunder had a nice stretch in the second quarter of the game that gave them a lead that they were able to just sort of sustain for the rest of the game. But like, they're still not really stopping Wembanyama. Chet Holmgren is really only effective when Wemby's not on the court. And I think the other issue here is like Jalen Williams, who did play game 1. He played 7 minutes and then he had to leave. And it sounds like he's going to be out for game 3, potentially more. I mean, he's already been dealing with an injury as is. He's questionable right now with a hamstring injury, but like that's a big loss for OKC now. And that's because like this is a series now where like you need everyone.
Yeah.
San Antonio's going to give you a run. And like San Antonio is holding their own without De'Aaron Fox, who I don't know if De'Aaron Fox is what his status is, if he's maybe going to try to suit it up for at least one of those 2 home games. So like the Thunder are back. Obviously it was a must win. If they go down 0-2, losing both home games, then I think we're saying, San Antonio's got this, but I'm still, I could still see a way for San Antonio to like push this 7 games. I could.
Yeah, no. I certainly think so. It could be as well. And 122-113 was the final. It was 11-point halftime lead for the Thunder. So, not over at halftime, but a fairly comfortable second half for them. SGA with 30. Did you see the Dylan Brooks and Underdog collaboration today? Did you see that?
I saw of it. I did not click in because I honestly like the idea of listening to Dylan Brooks talk just annoys me. So I just like skipped right past it. But I saw that there was some Dylan Brooks video that reached the timeline. So what happened there?
Dylan Brooks and Underdog have collaborated on a game of Operation. And, the Operation where you're like...
I know. I'm aware.
Yeah. Okay, so this has SGA on it, and basically anytime you touch a spot on SGA, it's called a foul. You'll need to take a look for a little bit. It'll be a little bit. It's funny, and he's not wrong.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm kind of saying like reluctantly. It's like the meme, the worst person you know just made a great point. Like that. Yeah. It's like Dylan Brooks might have just been onto something there because, like, SGA kind of, and it's amazing that he was only at the line a couple times. He had 6 free throw attempts, but like it really does feel like his game is based on baiting the other team to foul.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like everything he does, like he's going into defend and like trying to draw contact. And he's so great at it, clearly. Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of his game.
Yeah.
For better or worse.
So you'll have to take a look at that, just take a look at that Twitter account, and it's kind of funny, but Dylan Brooks up to no good.
So real quick before we get to Cavs Knicks here, because I know that game's coming down to it. I was thinking about this with OKC. If the Thunder don't win this series and they're looking at their roster, because like at this point, the Thunder know like San Antonio is the one thing that's standing between them and an absolute dynasty. Yeah. For the next few years. The Thunder have so many young players. They have so many draft picks. They have all of these assets. Is there a universe where the Thunder say, you know what, Chet Holmgren isn't the stopper for Wembanyama, but you know who can be? That Greek fellow in Milwaukee.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What, like, we're talking about Miami, we're talking about Boston, and all the, but like, is there a team that can match OKC to say, hey, we'll give you Chet Holmgren, we'll give you, I mean, I don't know, Isaiah Joe or Casey Wallace, like one of those guys. We can give you 3 first-round picks, 4 for like.
That would be interesting. That would certainly be interesting. And I mean,
like I think if push comes to shove, I think OKC could put together a package that's more appealing for a soon-to-be rebuilding team like the Bucks, more so than any other team in the NBA with their amount of young players and their amount of draft picks. Like they can beat anyone. And then on OKC's side, you're getting Giannis in there, who like even if he's not the number 1, like he's going to be a hell of a number 2 with SGA, and still an amazing defender who I think is probably better suited to go up against the Spurs for the next few years than Chet Holmgren is.
Yeah, no, that's a good thought. That's a good thought. And I mean, if you're OKC, obviously you like the freak, but are you willing to do that with his age and the injury history though?
That's the thing. Like, if they need to try to win like as many championships as possible, and I think that they're better off trying to do that. And just to say like, hey, the Spurs are our biggest competitors now. What can we do to make sure that the Spurs are a non-factor? And like the Thunder, by also making this trade, they're like clearing out some roster space to sort of rebuild with younger players, role players, which they're so good at already. So they clear out 3 guys. They bring in 2 guys because realistically it's going to be Giannis and his brother. And like it gives them some flexibility there. I don't know. I was thinking about that and I was like, that kind of feels like a win-win for me.
Yeah, that's wild to think about. But yeah, you're right. They're the most equipped to go get him if that's what they would choose to do. Yeah.
They spent years and years accumulating all of these draft picks and all these assets, and they've used them to get role players here and there. But like, you want to get a big fish, man. Like you want to make sure that you run the sport for the next 5 years. Like this is how you do it.
Yeah, no, that's a good call. I just don't think they'll have the backbone to do it. Maybe. They've been bold before, so maybe. But anyways, let's move to the Eastern Conference Finals. That game is going on right now, but it's not quite over yet. 95-85, 5.5 minutes to go. The Knicks lead in game 2, so it is a 10-point game. But I don't know. I mean, we talked about this on Tuesday night with kind of the opposite. Well, the game's over.
I'm hesitant to say any game is over while we're doing this show here because it's a 12-point game right now with a little over 5 minutes to go. So there's time. Yeah, there's time.
Josh Hart's been good for the Knicks. He's got 24 and 7 assists.
Yeah.
Just looking at the stat line here. Cavs 29% from 3.
Yeah, surprise, James Harden is 5 of 13 from the field.
Oops.
Did you see the stat where like in a quarter of his playoff games he has more turnovers than points?
Yikes. No, I did not see that, but it doesn't surprise you though, right?
I mean, even knowing his reputation, it still surprises me considering that this is a no doubt first ballot Hall of Famer, top 75 player of all time. And 1 out of every 4 playoff games that he's had over the course of his, 16-year career with a lot of playoff games, he's getting more turnovers than points.
Yeah.
It's a guy who in his prime was averaging 28, 29, 30 points per game in the regular season. Like that's wild.
It is wild. I mean, that's people will say, well, that's just Harden. I mean, you got to take the good with the bad, and that is the bad. And nobody's surprised that he's going to be down 2-0 in a big series, right?
No. But let me ask you this. So Cleveland was down 2-0 against Detroit. They then won game 3, won game 4. Then they won game 5.
Yeah.
Lost game 6, but like they were able to even the series. They won 3 in a row. They won 2 road games there late in the year. So like I don't think we can say that this series is over if the Knicks are up 2-0. And I think a lot of people are already going to start planning the parade for the Knicks if that happens. But like I could see Cleveland very easily evening up the series with 2 wins at home.
Yeah, back at home.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, this is a no-brainer. The Knicks are still huge favorites, and but yeah, no, I could see that. I don't know if I could see them winning 4 of the next 5, though. We'll see. The Knicks, as we mentioned, look like they're going to run. They're going to not necessarily run off, but they're going to win this one tonight, unless they pull a Tuesday night in the opposite.
The reverse Cleveland.
Yeah. I'm going to move to hockey because there's a few other things I want to get to. Vegas. We didn't nail that one. We did not nail that one. Vegas with a 4-2 win on the road in Denver last night. The Golden Knights. So, okay, let me ask you before you break down the series a little bit more. Because your Ducks lost to Vegas, does that A, encourage you to want them to win this series? B, hate them more and don't want them to win this series? Or C, just you don't really care?
No, I think that the Vegas Golden Knights have I don't know if you saw, but there was some sort of survey asking hockey fans across all 50 states their least favorite team. And nationally, the Vegas Golden Knights are the most hated team in the nation.
Why is that?
Now, I mean, take your pick, a number of reasons. It's the salary cap interventions every year. It's their cutthroat way of doing business. It's the fact they signed a goaltender midseason who was one of the Hockey Canada players accused of sexual assault. It's the fact that they fired their head coach with like a week to go in the regular season for John Tortorella and are now preventing that head coach from interviewing with other teams. I mean,
so a lot.
It's a lot. No, it's a lot. It's a lot. So no, I can't even – I never got the whole thing of like, oh, the team that eliminated my team in the playoffs, like I want them to win so that I could say I lost to the cup. Well, okay, guess what? Like the team that loses in the Stanley Cup final would also lose to that team. You think they're like, well, at least we lost to the champs. Like, no, you feel like shit about it. Like, no, no, like Colorado has been since day one the best team in the league. Vegas, on the other hand, had more losses than wins in the regular season.
Yeah.
They went months without beating a team that was in the playoffs. So like it's just one of those things where it's like I want the better team to win, and the better team's clearly Colorado. And I feel like if Vegas got to the championship, they would be statistically one of the weakest ever Western Conference champs ever. And I don't want to see them in the cup again for the third time in their less than 9 years? 9 years they've been in the league, and
9 years,
fifth time already in the Western Conference Finals, something ridiculous. So no, I do not want Vegas to win. I'm pulling hard for Colorado.
Cale Makar's injury is a massive one for Colorado. He missed game 1, and there is no status for him for game 2, which makes me think he's probably not going to play. Dan, Colorado not having Makar is a big problem. Can they beat Vegas without him? Yes, possibly, but it's going to be an uphill battle. Yeah, no, I mean, we're along the same lines there, Dan. That's a massive loss for Colorado.
Yeah. He's Makar probably if you said who's the best defenseman in the NHL, it's probably that's the answer is Cale Makar. Yeah. And like Colorado obviously has a ton of other great players, Nathan McKinnon, and like they can win games without Makar. Can they win the series without Makar? It becomes a debate now, and especially with Vegas on the other side, where it's like they're getting contributions from all of their big stars, and not to mention that like Carter Hart has played lights out this postseason. He was great against the Ducks in the second round, so it's very possible Vegas can win this series. I'm desperately hoping that's not the case, but it can happen.
Yeah,
it's happened. Like crazy stuff happens in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
All right, let's move to the Eastern Conference real quick. I know I don't have necessarily a banner for this one, but the Eastern Conference is also a surprise for both of us. The Montreal Canadiens, I'll just go on record right now and say they're going to win game 1. They're up 5-2 in Carolina. Nobody saw that coming.
You picked the Montreal Canadiens to get swept. Yep.
So nobody saw it coming.
A strange game where Carolina scores 33 seconds into the game. At that point, you're probably like, I knew it. only for Montreal to answer less than 30 seconds later. Over the next 10 minutes, they would score 3 more goals and lead 4-1 after the first period. And Carolina made it a 2-goal game, but then 7 minutes into the third, Slavkovsky, former first overall pick, scored for Montreal. So that's a 5-2 game. Freddie Anderson getting pummeled. 5 goals allowed on 21 shots. Dobesh, or however you say his name, from Montreal, has faced 26 shots and given up the 2 goals. Montreal is crazy, man. That's a team that they had a very, very young core that they've been building up, but I'm sure a lot of people said they're probably a year away from realistic contention. But that team looks really, really scary. They're super deep. Lots of talent there. Not going to eliminate Carolina yet, just like I'm not going to eliminate Colorado yet, but it's always scary when you have these game 1 losses at home. It really puts you on your heels a little bit.
Yeah, both Eastern Conference and Western Conference are going to have the home team losing, and it goes back to the conversation: does home field, does home ice, does home court matter as much as it used to? I know this wasn't hockey we talked about last time. This was the NBA, but is it the same in hockey?
Honestly, it doesn't feel like it. Look at the Buffalo-Montreal series where Game 5, it's a dead even. Montreal destroys them. Has a chance to win it at home in what we were saying was the best home ice advantage in the sport, maybe in all of sports. And Buffalo throws an 8-burger on them. Destroyed them. Yeah. And then it goes back to Buffalo, and Montreal wins it in overtime. So, Ducks won 1 game in Vegas, and then they got crushed 2 games at home. I don't really think it matters too much. Yeah, not as much as in other sports. What sport do you think it matters the most in? I don't think it's basketball anymore.
Yeah, college basketball,
yes.
And football. Really college football. College football number 1. Is it the NFL?
Of the pro sports? Yeah, baseball, the home team has, because the baseball is the only one where the home team has a specific, you bat second. Yeah. You have the bottom of the inning, exactly what you need. And especially if the game goes extra innings, exactly what you need to do. And that's such a huge advantage for the home team. So maybe baseball by a sliver, but not, it feels like it's not as much as it used to be.
Yeah. Are guys just not, because maybe it's they're growing up, guys are just not intimidated by home crowds anymore, right?
No. Dan bringing up a great point, by the way, and this is something that I mentioned when we were previewing the series on Tuesday. It's entirely possible that we should have seen this coming, considering that Carolina had 12 days between games, a historic amount of time between games. Yeah. That's serious. And getting lit up for 4 goals in the first 11 minutes of the game is probably an indication that your team was not prepared for playoff hockey the way that Montreal was. Montreal's been battling. They've had back-to-back Game 7s. They've been preparing for this moment. They're young, much younger than Carolina. So, it's – you know what? I think I'm going to pick Montreal to win the series. I know that we're already in – 1 game in. I'm just going to say Montreal's going to win the series. They're going to go to the Cup.
Wow. Changed it.
I'm out on Carolina. Game. I'm out on Carolina. I've decided. I've talked myself into it.
They've lost their first playoff game of the year, and he's gone. They're done. He's no longer on Carolina. All right.
Carolina does this, though. It's like Carolina and Dallas are the 2 teams where, every year we talk ourselves into saying that they're a Cup team, and then they peak at the same point every single year. Yeah. And they just keep, they make all these moves, but it's they never end up getting any better. They don't get worse, but they don't get any better. And then this is just where they die out. So I should have seen it coming. Montreal's going to the Cup. Congratulations, Habs. Yeah. Well done.
All right. Next topic I want to get to, boy, oh boy, it is not a great time to be PCA. Pete Crow Armstrong has had a very interesting week. Now, first of all, the Cubs have lost 5 in a row and 8 of 10. And going back even further, even more than that. Pete Crow Armstrong's batting average is down to 225. He only has 5 home runs on the season, 20 RBIs. But as if you've been following, he obviously, so last weekend against the White Sox had the whole yelling at the Bachelorette in the stands, saying profanity.
It's a good look. Yeah.
Yeah. He then proceeded to drop a ball that was hit right to him on, I believe that was Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday, the last time they played, ball went right underneath his glove in center fielder for a Little League home run, inside the park home run, whatever we want to call it. He struck out on 3 pitches without swinging the bat last night, or Wednesday night as well. PCA has 3 base hits since May 8th. 13 days. He has 3 hits. He's like 3 for his last 40. It is not a great week to be Pete Crow Armstrong, is it, Tim?
No, and I hate to tell you Cubs fans this, if you're listening, but this has been the better part of 12 months now that Pete Crow Armstrong has been a pretty below average hitter. Yeah. Like the 2 months to open up last season is not the norm. That's an outlier compared to what he hit historically throughout the minor leagues, his early major league career, and then the rest of 2026 and now this year. Like, this is kind of who he is. He was never supposed to be this 30, 35 homer, high batting average guy. Like, he was always glove and speed. And it's funny that you just went through and highlighted all the areas where the glove cost his team runs and wins potentially.
Yeah.
So if the guy's not hitting and his fielding is bad, and it's not like he can really use his speed on the base paths because he's not getting on base, because he doesn't walk, doesn't get hits. Like, he's someone who I think needs to really think about what type of player he is versus who he wants to be.
Yeah.
Because I think he wants to be the 5-tool number 1 option on a World Series team. But I don't think that's who he is. I think if he rededicated himself to the basics of, I'm just going to hit for contact and use my speed, because he's still incredibly fast.
Very fast, yeah.
Like, you can add so much value for your team by doing that. Like, if he hit only 12 homers a year, but he hit 280 plus, and he had 40 plus stolen bases, and he got doubles, and he took walks, that's an incredibly valuable player, especially with his defense when he actually, can make plays in center field. That's a great play. Like, he doesn't need to hit 35 homers a year, and I feel like that's so much of what he tries to do. And then as a result, he goes through these incredibly long stretches where it's 2 weeks and he's had 3 hits. That's not how you can be a success in Major League Baseball. You can't do it. And like, you got your contract, you're the guy. The Cubs said, we want you to be the guy, but like, you need to be a player that's not a net negative. And like, if you take away his defense, like, he's a net negative player.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Craig Counsell knows he batted him 9th in today's game. 0 for 3 with I guess it would have been yesterday's game. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. The Cubs in general yesterday only had 2 hits. Nico Horner, Alex Bregman both came away with a hit. They had 2 hits, and Milwaukee absolutely put it to them this week. It was 9-3, 5-2, 5-0. I maybe the demise of the Milwaukee Brewers was greatly exaggerated by me. Maybe.
Yeah, and like, you look at the top guys of the order. Like, you want to know why the Brewers do this every year? Jackson Chourio is a young guy. He debuted after Pete Crow Armstrong. Jackson Chourio, who's fast, good defensive player, he's hitting 286. Like, he only has 1 homer this year, but he's hitting 286.
Yeah, getting on
Bryce
base.
Terang, he's hitting 291. William Contreras, 294. Christian Yelich, 270. Like that's the top of their lineup. And then, they have some platoon guys after that, and the averages pop off a little bit. But, like, they have a really good manager who's able to find the right spots for these guys. But, like, I'm just looking at the top of their lineup and sort of the foundational pieces. It's a big difference where, like, the Cubs, you look at there, and it's like, Ian Happ's hitting 215, and PCA's hitting 225, and Horner's hitting 264, but like Bregman's 249. Like there's a real big drop off there.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. It's crazy to see. In Milwaukee, absolutely on fire right now. I wanted to get to one more baseball top. Well, two more. One more I don't have a banner for, and then when I do, just briefly tell me what in the absolute hell is going on with the Tampa Bay Rays. I
got nothing. No, I got nothing. I have no idea. Every single time I look at the scores, they win comfortably. They have the best record in all of baseball.
Yeah.
Were they projected to be the bottom of the division this year again?
Well, yeah, and they started the season in St. Louis, and the Cardinals beat them up twice. They did came away with the third win. But if you remember, I told you during that series they had like a zillion hits, like they were hitting the ball all over the place. But I mean they're averaging almost 9 hits a game, hitting 281, third best in baseball. They're pitching well. They're only allowing 4 runs a game, 8th in the league. So I knew they were playing well. I looked at the standings and they're 4.5 up on the Yankees.
Yeah. Who lost again today? They got shut out by Toronto at 3 hits. Like Jonathan Ronda has 37 RBIs. Junior Cananero is not talked about enough. Like he's 22 years old and he's absolutely incredible. He was great last year. He had 40 home runs last year and he's amazing again. They find a way, man. And like, what's crazy is, they had Steven Matz who returned from injury today. He only pitched 4 innings, very average, but then like the bullpen comes in and they just shut it down. Yeah. Now the Rays, I think, suffer a little bit from Brewer syndrome where they have these amazing regular seasons. And then when push comes to shove in the playoffs, they fade out a bit. That's probably what I would expect from the Rays again. But honestly, the AL's so bad, maybe not.
Yeah.
So I'm so tired of them, man. Like it's ridiculous. They can't stop winning games. They're 33-15. It's crazy.
It is crazy.
And then they got the Yankees. They got the Yankees in New York this weekend, a huge 3-game series in the Bronx. So if the Yankees want to make up some ground, this is a good time to do it.
Good time to do it. I want to get to this topic, and you brought this up today. Why are there so many inside the park home runs in Major League Baseball? There's another one today with Brandon Lau. Lau. Yeah, it's Lau. Went off the left field, top of the wall. It got away. But they've had like 5 this week, right?
Yeah. So, by the way, I know it's supposed to be Lau, but like, let's call it what it is. It's low. Like,
it's low.
Don't do that, Brandon. Yeah. Don't do that. But yeah, so we've had 3 straight days. So we had James Wood at Inside the Park Grand Slam 2 days ago. Yesterday was the Brewers through PCA's legs, and then Brandon Lau today. So what did I say when I was texting you about it? We've had 5 since May whatever.
Yeah, I'll pull it up here.
Fifth one since May 9th. 5th Inside the Park home run since May 9th. We've had 7 total for the MLB season so far. That and maybe this is just recency bias a little bit, but I don't remember having so many inside the park home runs.
Right.
How many inside the park home runs? And Dan, if you're still listening, I would love for you to put on your producer hat again and look this up. Like, how many inside the park home runs on average are there in a baseball season?
Oh, it's got to be less than 7.
You think less than 7? Because we're at 7 right now, and we've had 5 in 12 days.
I think it's less than 7.
All right, I'll look at it. Dan might be gone here. So, average number of inside the park home runs. Like I'm not crazy, right? Let's see,
I would guess under 7.
Yeah. Okay. Since 2001. MLB averages just under 13 inside the park homers per year. In some recent seasons, totals have dipped even lower, with some years seeing fewer than 10 league-wide.
Well, we're more than on pace because we're a fourth of the way. We're probably more like a third of the way through the season, a little bit shy of a third. So we're on pace for about 20. We're on pace for over 20 this year.
Yeah. Ty Cobb had 46 in his career.
Dude could run.
And ballparks were so stupid back then, and like they didn't have shifts and all that. Like, so it makes sense that there used to be so many more, but like I bet in the shift era and all that, like and ballparks were a little less wonky. I'm sure that there's been a lot more than there used to be. But yeah, like it's crazy. Like 7 already this year, and we are less than 2 months through the season.
Yeah. Real quick, back to the NFL. Matthew Stafford signed a 1-year, $55 million extension with the Rams. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Do you think that
I was hoping you'd know.
They just keeping him, but like this is it, though, right? This is it.
Like, you think
the Rams are struggling about week 12? If the Rams are struggling about week 12, do they pull him?
Are they going to be struggling week 12?
No, probably not.
Well, I mean, if the Rams are really struggling, then yeah, I would expect them to see what they have in Ty Simpson, their first-round pick. But I never know how to feel about these NFL extensions. I think a lot of fans overreact to them, and we treat them like how we would for any other sport. But like it means very little. It's just like, oh, we're going to restructure this, or we're going to convert it to a signing bonus, and none of it's guaranteed anyway. So I don't know. I don't know what it is, but.
Yeah, that was, I guess, really the only NFL news today that, I mean, there was some legal news, obviously, arrest, things like that. But.
I started looking at some NFL depth charts today just to see how teams are shaping up. I have early thoughts on the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't think they're going to win 13 games again, but we can save that discussion for July or August.
Or a Tuesday show when you're putting it together and you just want to talk NFL.
Once we're done with hockey and basketball and we're just at baseball, we're going to have some NFL topics.
I mean, that's like 2 weeks away. Right now. Yeah. I mean, that's like episode 150. Or we're going to be there about 150.
I mean, no, we're not going to be done with the Stanley Cup in a week and a half. So,
yeah, but close. All right, let's get to our best bets for betting. It is a Thursday, which means we get to that. And a reminder, I am bad at this, so
bad.
Pay these accordingly. I'm 78-87. You are 83-82. So you're not very good at it either. You're just better than You're just better than bad. All right,
one more than I've lost.
I will start, and here are my picks. I'm going to take the OKC Thunder on the road as a dog in San Antonio. Plus 1.5. I'll take the Thunder to win game 3. I will take the Colorado Avalanche, but I'm going to take them minus 1.5 for plus 110 money over Vegas. Colorado bounces back in a big way. Yes, Cale Makar injury scares me, but I think history shows Vegas is good, but they're not great. They don't win 2 in a row. I think Colorado wins this one on tomorrow night. Yes, I'll be the Cubs Huckleberry. More as the Astros are not very good. Astros not very good, so I'll be the Cubs Huckleberry and bet them again. I bet them last Friday. I'll bet them again this Friday. Cubs minus 140. I'll take the Dodgers over the Red Hot Brewers. That's a fun series. Dodgers Brewers, 2 first-place teams. I will take LA minus 120. And I might as well go back to the WNBA because it worked so well last week.
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark and the Fever are back in action. Caitlin set out last night. There's a whole big drama over Caitlin Clark sitting out last night because the Fever did not announce that she may sit out until before the deadline time. So there's drama in the W. No. But I think the Fever beat Golden State in this one. Listen, I know you're surprised a women's athletic league has drama, but there's some drama going on.
What? No, I'm saying I'm not surprised at all that the Fever would do that because people are only going to their games to see Caitlin Clark, so they want to make sure that people go to the stadium.
Yes, but you should see the results of the stadium last night. It was empty.
Well, word got around then that she wasn't playing.
Did not go well for Indiana, and yeah, the Indiana Fever exists because of Caitlin Clark, so they better be careful. But anyways, that's my best bets for betting. I truly intend on going 5-0.
Good. By the way, you know that you are taking the Cubs and Jameson Taillon, who has a 5 ERA, against Spencer Arrighetti, who's 5-1 with a 1.5 ERA tomorrow.
That's nothing.
That's just numbers. All right, my bees for bees. I'm going with your Redbirds, man. St. Louis Cardinals. They're a small favorite at Cincinnati. This comes down to me going against Chris Paddock for the Reds, who's 0-5 with a 7.07 ERA. I think the Cardinals will be happy to get away from Pittsburgh's pitching. It was a tough series for the Cardinals, especially the last couple games. But they'll bounce back. I got them winning outright at the Reds. This one hurts me a little bit, but Garrett Cole is making his long-awaited 2026 debut. It hasn't pitched since Game 5 of the 2024 World Series. That's the good news. The bad news is they're facing the best team in baseball. And I don't think that Garrett Cole is going to be giving them a lot of innings, which means that it's going to be a lot of Yankee bullpen, which has been not the best. And now you have an offense that has scored all run over its last 2 games. So that being said, I'm going to take the Rays as a underdog on the road Friday night at the Bronx. Marlins, I'm going against the other New York team as well. The Marlins are a small dog hosting the New York Metropolitans. Just taking the home team here. Nothing too deep there. Spurs and Thunder. I think Jalen Williams is going to sit for OKC. The Spurs are going to be back home. The building's going to be rocking. You got Wemby doing his Wemby thing, and I like the Spurs to win Game 3 and really put the pressure on them Thunder. And finally, the Golden Knights and Avalanche. I couldn't decide who's going to win, but I think we are going to see a smidge more offense than we saw in Game 1. I'm not saying it's going to be 7-6 at all, but I think over 6.5 goals is reasonable considering the level of offensive talent on both sides of the puck. So give me the over 6.5 goals tomorrow night for Golden Knights and the Avs.
We want that to be 5-2 Avalanche.
Yeah, amazing. 6-1 Avalanche. Let's just annihilate Vegas. I'd love that.
All right. That's our best bets for betting. Reminder, you are 83 and 82. I am 78 and 87. All right, final 7-ish minutes left of the show, and it is our segment we do at the end of every show now. And it is Let's Remember Someone, where we go back, blast from the past, and we remember someone. This is going to be one you remember. I think a week ago I had Greg Jeffries on you, and you could not remember Greg Jeffries. No. I am 1 zillion% confident you will remember this one. Do you remember Dwight Howard?
Yeah, I could say I confidently remember Dwight Howard, who stopped playing in the NBA like 3 years ago.
Yeah, no, it is, and we don't have any rules on this. It could be modern, it can be older, but yeah, Dwight Howard is just a guy that probably is still being overlooked, right?
Yes. I think a lot of people nowadays remember Dwight because he was kind of a journeyman for his last like 6 years of his career, where, after he left Houston, he was with Atlanta, Charlotte, Washington, the Lakers, the Sixers, the Lakers again. So like a lot of kind of got overlooked there, but I'm sure you remember this, late 2000s, maybe like early 2010s. The same way we're talking about Giannis as far as like his impact on the court and also all of the trade rumors and stuff, like that was Dwight Howard. Yeah. Like the best defensive player in the league. Like he's a 3-time depoy. He carried the Magic to an NBA final. They weren't able to win. He's not going to be able to stay in Orlando. And, what team's going to win the Dwight sweepstakes? Like the stuff we were saying about Giannis is what we were saying about Dwight 15 years ago. Yeah. And a lot of people don't remember that. Like the guy is going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer easily, and is one of the best defensive, like one of the best two-way centers of the last 25 years.
Well, just last year, he was elected to the Basketball Hall of Fame, not just once, but twice. He was an individual player, and he was on the Redeem team. Dwight Howard was a first overall pick. so always known as a stud. Only won one NBA championship, which, the
bubble.
Yeah, I mean, in that to some is somewhat of a black eye. I mean, it's obviously not keeping him from the Hall of Fame, but some that like their Hall of Famers to be more champions. They don't have it here, but he was an 8-time All-Star rookie, all the NBA rookie first team. He did not win Rookie of the Year though, right? I don't believe he did.
No, 2000. So it was because he was drafted in 2004.
It was 2005 rookie. Yeah.
Yeah. So then who was drafted? It wasn't like Emeka Okafor that won it over him, was it?
Oh, snap. I'll take a look. I'm going to take a look right now.
Okafor was the second overall pick that season.
Emeka Okafor, Ben Gordon, Andre Iguodala, and Luol Deng were the all-rookie team.
So who won Rookie of the Year? So Dwight was third. It was Okafor. So Okafor was the Rookie of the Year. Ben Gordon was second, and then Dwight Howard was third.
Wow. Emeka Okafor. Okay. Yeah. So Dwight Howard, just shy, about 500 points shy of 20,000 points in his career, just shy of 15,000 rebounds, over 2,000 blocks. The guy got it done, man. The guy got it done. Olympics in Beijing. So, yeah, Dwight Howard. Yes, this is one we remember. Everybody's going to remember. If you followed basketball, if you watched basketball, you remember Dwight Howard. But it's okay sometimes. It's nice to reminisce about him.
And was able to successfully steal the Superman nickname away from Shaq.
That's right.
He came to Orlando, Shaq's original franchise, and basically said, "I'm Superman now." And he put on the cape and dunked it and everything and said, "I'm Superman." And now I bet if you asked most NBA fans, what NBA player do you associate with the nickname Superman? I feel like most people would say Dwight Howard.
Yeah, probably. Now, I will say Dwight Howard was not always known as the best teammate.
No.
In 2013, in an interview, he said he was on an Orlando Magic team that was full of people no one wanted.
Yeah.
And then there was an article that said, "Is Dwight Howard the NBA's worst teammate?" So there was certainly some issues there.
Let's put it this way, Roddy. There's a reason why after the Lakers swung that deal for Dwight Howard and tried to put together the super team with Kobe, with Steve Nash, with Pau Gasol, there's a reason that team only lasted 1 year.
Yeah.
And a lot of it has to do with the fact that Dwight Howard, Kobe was like, "Yeah, this guy sucks." Like, not, basketball was, but like as a teammate, it's like, "Yeah, this ain't going to work." And the Lakers were like, "All right, see ya." 1 year. And then, it took years and years before he came back to the Lakers in a much, much different role, but essentially as a backup center for a LeBron-led team that went on to win in the bubble. So was always like incredibly like great personality, like with the media, like just one of those guys. But like, I think as a teammate rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. I think you're absolutely right there.
Yeah. His first 6 seasons, his first 7 seasons, he only missed 7 regular season games. So very durable during the first part of his career. And really, obviously mid-career, 2014-15 only played 41 games. But even like 10th year, 76, 71, 71, 74, 81 in his 1 year in Charlotte. So the guy was on the court quite a bit. He did not miss a ton of games. 8 All-Stars. So Dwight Howard, good career. Congrats on the Hall of Fame. And now we remember him. I'm guessing if you're listening, you remembered him. But it's good to reminisce about those players. Dwight Howard.
You either remember Dwight Howard or you just don't follow basketball, and you're just like, I don't know who Dwight Howard is.
Correct. Well, I'm looking forward to who you can come up with on Tuesday.
Might be Emeka Okafor.
Yeah. All right.
I said that name, and you had a reaction. You were like, "Oh yeah, he existed."
Yeah, UConn. He's a former UConn Husky. I definitely know. I forgot he won Rookie of the Year because he certainly wasn't.
I forgot too. Yeah, I knew he was the second overall pick behind Dwight that year, so I just took a guess and was like, might have been him.
He was not an NBA great. All right, follow us on Twitter, not X, Stupid Sports Show, no W on the end. Sign up for my Substack, and that corner right there is where the QR code is. You can get signed up for Substack right there. And that should about do it. We'll be back Tuesday, May 26th, the day after Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day weekend to you, by the way. And
happy Memorial Day weekend, people. Enjoy the day off on Monday. I'm assuming Monday we should have, like, if baseball was smart, we'd be having a lot of day baseball on Monday. Is that correct?
I will take 20 seconds and take a look at
Rodney, you know what's been awesome living in Hawaii here? Sunday morning baseball, where like every Sunday I have games that are starting like at 7:30 a.m. Hawaii time.
Just wait for the NFL, brother.
Boy, you have no idea. Yes. You have no idea. And it's not even like the early games that I'm looking forward to. It's more the primetime games that normally I have trouble staying awake for that are now going to be at 2:20 p.m.
Yeah.
Like,
and
that's
I know
what I'm really looking forward to.
I know you are less of a college football fan than I am, but you still watch it. You still follow it.
Oh, yeah.
And you will get like 6, 7 a.m. college football on Saturdays.
Yes.
And I know you may not be up on a Saturday, but you probably will be.
Oh,
anyways,
I'll be up for that. Yeah.
Monday, yes. Rays, Orioles, 12:35. Cubs, Pirates, 12:35. Cardinals, Brewers, 1. These are all Central times. Cardinals, Brewers, 1:10. Yeah. Your Yankees are in Kansas City for a 2:40 Central time start. So yes, Yankees for breakfast on Memorial Day. Nothing says Memorial Day like day baseball. So yes, we will have baseball.
Yeah, that's 7:30 a.m. baseball. Happy Memorial Day. Love it. All right, let's get out of here. Good show tonight, Rodney. Thanks for putting it all together. We'll be back Tuesday nights to recap. Busy weekend. Lots of stuff will be happening in the NBA, NHL, MLB by then, so we'll have it all for you. But have a good weekend, everyone. Until next time, this has been another edition of the Stupidest Sports Show on Earth. See you guys.
See ya.
Step right up, dummies, and listen to the Stupidest Sports Show on Earth with Rodney Newpol and Tim Van Stratton. Yeah.